Greetings, sports fans. It is Thursday evening, very late, and this will probably go out right before midnight my time, which is well past midnight East Coast time, but we do have some things to entertain ourselves with. Our friends from the channel were up to good things. Buying products at your favorite online sports card store, hotcardboard.com. Our friend J Mart out in Florida has ordered up himself a couple of these optic blasters that I've been having fun going through. And then our friend Jackson, who was actually the subject of our last video, has placed another order, so that's exciting. So I think I'm going to do both of those in this video. Depending on how long it takes me to get through these two optic boxes, we'll see. I don't want to take too long just because I want to get the video posted, and I'm hoping I can have a nice clean video so I don't have to do a lot of editing. So I've been ordering a lot of stuff lately because there's just way more opportunity to buy products like Optic and Prism at retail and Select. That stuff just cannot be flipped anymore. By the time you pay eBay fees or whatever fees you have, it just is not profitable based on, prices that this stuff is selling for. So people have just kind of stopped buying it to flip, and that means it's just the collectors who are after it, and that's a much smaller group of people, so it's a good thing. I think to be able to pick that stuff up, and what I do is I buy, the quality stuff I can find, Optic and Select and Prism, and I just sit on it for 2 years. And if you look at prices of 2020 football products, which has Herbert, Burrows, rookies, it's worth well more than retail, and you can't guarantee there's going to be a great rookie in every product like that, but usually there's at least one good rookie in most basketball years. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. Ja Morant had himself a day yesterday. I haven't looked at how he did today or if they played today. But I'm excited about that 2019 draft class with Zion and Ja. And here we are, in 2022, 3 years after that 2019 class, and Zion Williamson stuff is, it's gonna go up if he continues to, get 25 points a game. And he certainly, I think, is capable of it. If he stays healthy, no problem. But that's a big if. So, this kind of stuff, this Optic and Prism, football and basketball, it's not a quick flip. You cannot buy this stuff and then sell it for 2x or 3x or 4x, on eBay or Facebook like you could back in 2019, 2020. But I do think that you can buy it and, open it if you want and get some cool cards like we've been doing. And, hold on to those cards and wait for guys to do well, and Aaron Gordon, Prism. Or do what I do and just hold on to the stuff and get a nice stash of stuff. And now, going back to, 2017, I have stashes of products in, most of the sports, major sports. And, I have 2017 Top Series 1 that has Aaron Judge flagship rookie cards in it. And that stuff took a long time for that to do anything, but you know, now it's decent. You know, in 2020 football, all 2020 football is worth like about 3 times what it was selling for back in 2020, at least. You know, and we're in a pretty depressed market too, so that's saying a lot. Steph Curry base. Isaiah Todd, rookie. Miles Turner, Christian Wood. And Steph Curry, My House. That's actually not a bad card. The My House cards are pretty well regarded in the hobby. People like to collect those. So yeah, I've been buying, you know, a fair bit of stuff. Although I have to tell you, I mean, you read the news and it's all about how, you know, the recession is coming, and you know, you remember how dire things were back in like 2008, 2009. By the way, you know, I like to keep my non-sports card life kind of a mystery to everybody, just so I don't attract attention from the wrong types of people. But back in 2008, you know, basically there was a gigantic meltdown of the economy, and I was working at a large company in Boston, downtown Boston. Wow, look at that. This is like the Ja Morant box here, and I love it because I love Ja Morant. Very nice. Hopefully J-Mart's a Morant fan, or at least a appreciator of his stuff. But I was working with this big company downtown, you know, making pretty good money. And I decided that, although I had been doing it for, I don't know, at that point, let's see, probably about like 7-8 years I was in that role that I was in, and I just, for a number of reasons, I decided I just didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to kind of be in the rat race anymore. This is kind of a cool card. 70 years of the NBA Prism card of Kawhi Leonard. I feel like these are probably rare, but I have no evidence of that. But it looks pretty cool. Kawhi is a, you know, pretty big star, but probably not the most hobby relevant. Clippers are playing the Lakers tonight on national TV. I watched a tiny bit of it. But anyways, I was working for this big company, and you know, making a good living, but just not really enjoying it very much. Boy, there's like some really hard kind of surface junk on there. I if it were my card, I would like scratch it with my fingernail, but I don't want to make any presumptions. I'm trying to just use this thing, and it's not really coming off. So J-Mart can do what he wants with this when he gets it, but some junk on the surface there. Anyways, kind of cool. You can get a prism card in an optic box, I think. Last pack in this box for J-Mart. So I was working at this big company, and I wasn't really loving it, and I'd saved up some money, and I decided to leave around, probably like, I feel like it was the summer of 2008. And, wow, look at that, another job. Just a base, but still. So I decided to leave. I kind of made plans, and had a sort of a long departure, to kind of transition out and get all my work to, other people and so forth. JT Thor, don't know anything about him, but he's got a cool name. So yeah, I make all these plans to leave, and then what happens in the fall of 2008? Well, basically the entire economy collapses. everybody's poor all of a sudden. We're in a gigantic recession. Let's jump right into pack number 2. And so my plan was to start my own, business and basically do what I had been doing for the big company, but, just on my own, which is a lot of people when I left the place I was leaving, were like, oh man, you're pretty brave to do that. I was kind of like, what do you mean? Why? Like, I don't get why. It seems like it should be pretty simple, right? Well, it wasn't quite as simple as I had hoped. It took me many years to kind of grow my business. To where I was sort of making as much as I was making at, the big firm, and those first few years were pretty rough, but like it didn't really matter that much because I had saved up and I lived very cheaply. A couple, 3 years later, the economy was kind of back to normal, and it turned out like what I did was actually somewhat good timing because I had sort of planned to not make any money, right? So I was just already planning to be poor, and the fact that I was on my own meant that I could sell what I was selling, my services, if you will, for a much more competitive price than the alternatives. There it is, very nice. Couple little scratches I see, but pretty nicely centered. Evan Mobley's the guy you want. So yeah, basically, because the market became more appreciative of low pricing, I used that to my advantage and was able to get some, customers that maybe I wouldn't have if the economy was just fine and, they could sort of spend whatever they wanted on the services I had to offer, and so it kind of worked out. Oh, nice. I don't know anything about Cameron Thomas, but a hollow rookie is always a nice thing to have. I see a little bit of something on the top there. A little mark there. Just take a little swipe at that with my microfiber, and then it came right off. So beautiful, beautiful. That's why you gotta just kind of get a nice microfiber cloth, hopefully a nice disposable one like I have, and just give it a go and see if something like that comes out, because a lot of times they will. That's my story about the Great Recession of 2008. Nowadays, I'm an old man. I just like to look through my sports cards in my, spare time, and I'm pretty much like ready to retire anyways. Although I probably won't for a while, at least not, like completely. So, the economic problems that seem to be predicted to come are not, really anything that impacts me in any major way, thankfully. But, certainly may affect the sports card industry and, my ability to sell sports cards, because obviously if, the economy is down and people are, not making what they used to and just, struggling to get by, then things like sports cards kind of go by the wayside. Although interestingly, even in times of economic recession, certain parts of the card market, like the high end, tend to do quite well because, there's sort of an alternative investment for super rich people. Bones Highland, rookie. And a Trey Young T-. I really love seeing, all these inserts that come out of Optic. Prism inserts, not so much, but Optic, I like those inserts. They're kind of fun. Yeah, so sports card industry at the lower level, which is mostly where I operate, is probably gonna be impacted by the recession. If you're selling like $50,000, I don't know, Mickey Mantle rookie cards or something like that, probably less impacted, just because super rich people who buy that kind of thing, they're just not impacted by economic downturns in the way the average person is, because often I feel like they make more money. They have strange ways of doing so. Because they may place bets on the economy tanking or something like that, or they may just buy depreciated assets and wait a couple years and they skyrocket in value, and I steer and Fox right there. So I don't know where I'm going with all this, but it's nice to talk about economics, and particularly as they relate to the sports card market. So anyways, I think about, like the widely predicted recession when I'm buying, even if I'm getting what I think is a deal on some sports cards, ooh, that's nice. That's real nice. Jalen Suggs, one of the top draft picks in this class. And that is a purple hollow right there. I see a few little kind of nicks and stuff on there. Just seems to be on every card, coming out of Panini products. Some of them come off, some of them do not. Some are dust. Some are little indentations, but a really nice card that's really well centered. And one of the top guys, so hopefully he'll start rocking soon. Yeah, the market is kind of returning, it seems to me, kind of like to where it was, when I started buying a lot of stuff, like about 2018, 2019. It's not quite, as low as it was back then in terms, oh, look at that. I feel like that happened before when we got, who was it? It was like, was it Jalen Green or something? We got, no, I guess because we didn't get a parallel of him. I thought there was some rookie we got, hollow, and then like right the next pack it was like the base. Anyways. But yeah, the hobby. Oh, yes. Look at that. That's the same card we pulled yesterday. So, and I still want this card, so JMR, you can trade this back to me at some point in the future. Alright, well that's it for JMart stuff. Thanks, brother, for the order. Much appreciated. Boy, I'm out of space in my garbage can. Gotta press it down a little bit. Oh, did I mention that the Yankees lost tonight? That's a nice Evan Mobley. Might be kind of a rare parallel or insert. Yeah, Yankees are now down 2-0. They're headed to New York for 3 games, which certainly is where they want to be playing. Maybe if they win all 3 games, they have a chance to win one of the final 2 in Houston, but I'm pretty down on, I actually have to say, I'm kind of surprised that the Yankees have not been getting completely blown out of the water. I thought that the Astros offense was just going to just light them up, and they have certainly, out-hit the Yankees, which is not saying much. But they're only winning, they won by 2 runs the first game, and they won by 1 run. And Aaron Judge was about like a half a foot from tying, or from putting the Yankees ahead in like the 8th inning. So the games have been a lot closer than I would have guessed, and I have to say the bullpen has not been nearly the catastrophe now. The bullpen in the form of Clark Schmidt certainly was the reason that the Yankees lost the first game. In my view, I guess technically, he only gave up 2 runs, and the Yankees lost by 2, so maybe, can't quite say it's completely his fault, but he gave up like back-to-back home runs, and he faced like 4 batters, so like, I don't know what you do with that. But other than that, the bullpen, has been pretty solid, which shocks me because, boy, did they have some meltdowns in the last couple months of the season. So baseball, it's a funny game. You can't predict it. All right, so there you go. That's our 2 optic boxes for J Martin. I gotta say, I really like this stuff. I mean, that's a great rookie. Evan Mobley is a great rookie. And we got that nice. Where the hell did it go? Where's the Luka? Where's the dang Luka? Oh, I got a whole pile over here. That was just the kind of secondary cards I was going through. But you get a nice Luka. You got. I mean, that's fantastic. Come on. And you got some really sweet Trae Young and Ja Morant inserts. That might be something. I don't think it is, but and you got Evan Mobley base rookies. I don't know, a lot of really cool stuff coming out of this. I feel like almost every one of these optic blasters I've opened has been pretty dang solid. Okay, so our friend Jackson ordered 2 things. One is one of these optics. We'll do that first. And then, actually, J-Mart will appreciate this because I know he's a big UFC fan. We've got 2022 Select H2 box. And there's 4 packs per box, 6 cards per pack, so 24 cards coming out of here. I'm going to try to get through these kind of quickly. Apologies in advance, but I do want to get this video posted before it turns midnight where I am. And actually, I'd like to get some sleep too, so there's that. So, I've been kind of looking through my cards, my unopened cards, to see like what I could get rid of because I am running out of space like you would not believe. I mean, as I mentioned, I am ordering a lot of stuff when I see things that I think are deals, or if I can find good stuff at retail price that I want to hold on to. But boy, every box that comes in, I just have nowhere to put it. So I gotta get rid of some stuff, and I have a lot of kind of dead weight cards at this point, like 2021 Topps Series 1 baseball. Maybe I'll open all these at once. I ordered just tons of that stuff when it came out because that was a year when there was a ton of rookies that came up in 2020 because of the COVID stuff and the change in rules for rosters and call-ups and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, 2021 Topps is going to be like legendary because you have so many good rookies that came up. Well, turns out a lot of those rookies were not so great. Haven't really done much. And a lot of the rookies that could have been in that product were actually not put in that product because Topps is kind of a, I don't know, dummy sometimes. So yeah, so that stuff is worth about half what I bought it at, which is pretty sad. But I would love to get it, kind of cleared out. So I'm thinking of maybe like, I don't know, having a clearance sale where you can just sell a bunch of stuff for pretty dang cheap. Ooh, look at that, sexy Luka Express Lane Prism, very nice, very guys. Man, I'm loving all the Luka inserts out of this stuff. I'm getting jealous. I need to open more of this stuff. I don't think I got any Luka inserts out, or maybe any Lukas at all out of the couple boxes I opened. I did get some. No, I think I did. I got one Luka insert, right? But I feel like we're getting more Lukas out of these other boxes, and that's all right. Kyrie, Anthony Davis. Had a pretty nice game that first opening night of the NBA season. Steph Curry, Isaiah Todd, rookie. Oh, here's our second 75 years of the NBA. This one is Ray Allen and a Buddy Hield. Steven Adams, Keon Johnson, and a Donovan Mitchell, my house. Very nice. All right, Jeremy Grant, Jaden Springer, Michael Porter Jr. You know what I want to do? Giannis, winter stays. I want to look up like who the top guys in the draft class were, which, you know, as time goes on, it's not all that telling. Because a lot of guys can just kind of fade off in the sunset, but we're not too far from 2021, so I want to see, like, so it goes Cade Cunningham, number 1, Jalen Green, number 2, Evan Mobley, 3, Scotty Barnes, 4, Jalen Suggs, Josh Giddey was 5, I didn't know he was that high, and then 7 is Jonathan Kuminga, and then it's Franz Wagner, number 8, Davian Mitchell, that sounds a lot like Donovan Mitchell, Zaire Williams, number 10, traded to the Grizzlies, interesting, right? I remember seeing him like when I was watching the Grizzlies last year. I don't know if he's in the G League or like injured or just not playing much. But anyways, I'm gonna keep that open just to kind of see where people land on the draft class list. Dame Dollar. So like Cameron Thomas, right? Like where does he fall? The answer is number 27. Seth Curry, Kenyon Martin, and Rashawn Holmes. Alright, well, nothing too crazy there, but you did get a Luka Prism insert, and I wouldn't kick that out of my collection. Sorry, I had an interruption there from my daughter. So I will probably not get this video out much earlier than like 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Apologies to my East Coast viewers. But hopefully I can quickly finish up the order here for our friend Jackson and get things processing and uploading post haste, and hopefully my daughter continues to sleep. But that's all like kind of rookies and inserts and stuff, and just a few more cards here for Jackson, which I'll put aside, and we will get to this H2 Select UFC box. Alright, so unfortunately, other than, you know, like the obvious folks like Conor McGregor, guys who've been around for a while, don't know who is who in the 2022 UFC products, but, and Jackson told me that, he's just kind of getting into collecting, so appreciates the, help with identifying what's good in a product, and I am probably the worst at that at UFC. Maybe hockey I'm worse at. Oh, that was going to make a big noise. So I know J-Mart is a big UFC collector and can help us identify if we got anything good, which I hope he'll do in the comments. Alright, let's get to it. Gary, rookie card. Zhang Weili. Valentina Shevchenko. Israel Adesanya. Jonan Wood. And our first numbered card is a blue Disco Prism. Cain Velasquez. Numbered to 49, very nice. Second pack. I noticed that Zhang Weili is on the cover here of the pack in the box. Comes Chimaev, Bilal Muhammad, Nate Diaz, and a base Disco. Oh, that's a nice one. Khabib. And rookie Alexander Romanov. Kind of a funny pose there. Look him up. I don't know how much like a base, just a parallel unnumbered Khabib out of a 22 product is going for, but he's one of those guys that's certainly made a name for himself in the sport. Had some success. Daniel Cormier. Manon Fiorot. Rookie card. Alex Perez. Taylor Santos, rookie card. Derek Brunson and Anderson Silva Prism. John Jones, Billy Quarantillo, rookie card, Cynthia Calvillo, Robert Whitaker, Julia Avila, regular Disco, and oh look at that, Zhang Weili again, this time a Disco here, and this is a premier level. Zap at me, that'd be nice. Yet. I'm gonna quickly sleeve up all the rookie cards too here. And then I'll probably get this sucker posted. UFC H2. I'm going to do a quick lookup of a couple of these guys here. Just to see. Alright, base card is a couple bucks. I don't know if I see any of these discos, or whatever they call them for UFC. Oh, there's a disco for like $1 plus $5 shipping, so maybe it's a $5-6 card. Let's look up Shang Wei. There's an orange of this card. It sold for like $25. Not terribly relevant. Yeah, I don't know. So the white prism. Well, it's a concourse. So I don't know. Maybe it's a $4 or $5 card. I don't think I'll look him up. Let's look up Khabib. Just I want to see what kind of prices his sort of kind of common cards are going for. Okay, not much. This card sold for about $6, $7. Oh man, this guy's not even coming up in the autofill, so I don't think he's worth anything. And I even, okay, I did spell Xander correctly, but it like auto-corrected it. Yeah, I don't get it. Like literally none of his cards are, no, come on. I feel like it won't even let me like search for this guy. It wants to, okay, there you go. Alright, this is worthless. Let's try Keen. Alright, yeah, not a whole lot. Well, let's see. Another, like a teal and pink card, which is also numbered to 49, went for $20. So that's probably about what this is worth. $20 card right there. Very nice. So, yeah, that's all I want to look up, but thank you again, Jackson, for letting us open this stuff up for you. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to try to get this uploaded quick, and we will see you all tomorrow. Alright, have a great one.